at the last minute. So I finally felt things were aligned and I just wanted to pop on, say hello, see how things are going, and also talk about, not just the final full moon of 2020, but really 2020 as a whole, what we've experienced, what we've learned, and what we can take from a very, very difficult year on many fronts. Yes, there's been a lot of growth, but there's also been a tremendous amount of challenge. And if you notice, I'm just looking at my other phone to make sure that I've got the right information up, simply because as it did at the very start of the year, my computer spectacularly died once again, right at the year's end. So I had to go and take it to the same repairman, and he just looked at me and he went, "What happened?" And I just told the repairman, "Well, my computer wanted to see you again." So he was just like, "Okay." So that's in the shop right now. If you're waiting for any kind of emails or messages from me or anything of the sort, just know that that's been stalled a little bit till I get it up and running. We're basically just giving people a little bit of time to come along, just because this is one of those impromptu things. But I guess I could just start right now. So, what's happened today, a couple of hours ago, is that we had the final full moon of the year. Moon at 8 degrees of Cancer, Sun at 8 degrees of Capricorn. And I think it's a very beautiful culmination to a year that has really made us think about what is real, who are we, what are our values, what is the legacy that we want to create and bring into the world, and who is our true family in doing so. Now, as you know, for me and my brother and the little girls, for us, it's been challenging us on exactly those questions. There's so many months we didn't even know where we're going to stay. And we finally found something. And we are doing our best to, colonize a home that was abandoned for 5 years. It seemed fitting somehow. So today, for the Cancer full moon, we ended up finally managing to put our curtains up. And you can imagine the amount of psychic struggles and clearings and all kinds of stuff that it would have taken to have delayed this process by 3 months. So we've got our curtains up and it just feels absolutely glorious. I even had a photo shoot we did with the cats in front of the curtains because I was so happy. I kid you not. But it just seems to be a very fitting way, for me at the very least, to round out the end of this year. There's a definitive sense of where is one's home, what is one's truth, what is one's family, and where and with whom do we anchor that connection in a deep and profound way. So that's the lesson I'm taking from it. And it's funny, I know all this stuff intellectually. I'll have to processed it, digested it, put it out to the tier 23, and then I let it go so I can have that experience as a human. Because when I'm the sky priestess, she sees everything, she understands everything, but as Bhairavi, I still need to have the same experiences. For me, this particular full moon was actually opposed by Neptune and my Juno. So for me, it's very much the question of spiritual path with the soulmate. And so that's been coming up in a very powerful, I would say, a very beautiful way as well. So, all of these factors are coming in tandem at the right time and in the right way. Now, collectively speaking, on the topic of soulmates, we also see, in addition to this full moon, that is bringing up this question of what gives you that sense of emotional sustenance, what gives you that sense of nurture, what gives you that sense of grounding and foundation, and how do you find truth in that intimate space. In addition to all of this, we're actually seeing a very powerful alignment with Venus, the North Node, the South Node, and Neptune. They're making, I believe, a mutable T-square in the skies, a mutable nodal T-square. So a T-square in astrology is basically like if you take a square and you cut it diagonally, it kind of creates two triangles. And it is the apex of that triangle, both triangles, that basically form the focal points of a T-square. So with Venus conjunct the South Node in Sagittarius and opposing the North Node in Gemini, and both of them are squaring Neptune in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces is that focal point. At this time, we are all being asked to walk away from old scripts of what relationships need to be, who plays what role, who embodies what archetype. And we're actually asked to let go of all of these old narrative scripts and ideas. Old occult law thrived on a particular understanding of A, the gender binary, which is ridiculous to begin with, and two, that such and such person had such and such role. And what we are seeing right now collectively, and of course, I've been seeing this in my life as well, what we are seeing now collectively is a need to recognize that this will no longer pass. This is no longer the way to configure energies because we are all multifaceted, multidimensional beings capable of a myriad range of expressions, whether it be in our gender, whether it be in our sexual expression, however you want to define it. And this is that consciousness that we are all being called to explore with our soul groups. Now, as I always remind my tier 23 people, soulmates are not just about romance or sex or having a happily ever after. Sometimes it's your brother, sometimes it's your cat, sometimes it's a friend whom you've been, corresponding with for years just over the internet. It's soulmates in all kinds of varieties and shapes and forms. And it is in these soul families that we are anchoring a very, very powerful frequency of light, but the kind of light that cannot be written by the words of the old. It is the kind of light that has to emerge as each of us, with the courage of facing the unknown, with that uncertainty, that ambiguity in destination and outcome. Each of us has to face that in our own ways. And that is how this collective story is being written and woven, what with Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius together. Now, you know me, I'm not going to romanticize anything. I'm going to be looking at the pluses and the bad and the negative spaces and the neutral spaces, and maybe we can turn this around spaces. And for people who do hardcore esoteric work in the world, we know that this alignment has also opened up many, many, many areas of vulnerability and fragility in the collective psyche. So that's what I've been doing the past week with the people that I work with. This is a time where we need to be even more diligent that our mental and ideational image of relationships, soul family, spirituality, life itself, that our mental images do not become a box in which we contain the soul. Now, every soul is going to have its path. Whether or not you have a box, whether or not you have a definition around what that path is, it's going to follow its path. It's like a river. You don't need to put a river into a box. You just need to let that river flow. And that process of surrendering to that flow and allowing that flow to happen is exactly what all of us need to be doing with this very powerful Aquarian energy. Capturing it in the mind and trying to go and create a narrative and a structure around it is not going to work. So, this is one of the areas in which Aquarius, in its more astral emanations, has also been creating a lot of disconnect and disruption collectively, especially for energy sensitives, for psychics. There's just been a lot of disruption that's actually happened with this, because there is now a new need to take this raw and real emotional embodiment and discernment and to confront it with what we normally think of as a higher experience. This is what I, often come back to. Our higher selves are our higher selves. My brother calls them medium selves because he doesn't quite like the idea of a higher self choosing to incarnate into pain. And I can't disagree there. You know, hope he doesn't mind me saying that. He's cool. So, for me, it's really the self that's here, in the here, and that is in the now, the dominant consciousness that occupies this physical body. It is this human experience that is what we actually need as the instrument, as the point of focus, as the energy behind this new wave of change that we are needing to push into the world. Just because Saturn, Jupiter has entered Aquarius doesn't mean everything's going to be hunky-dory. No, we have so much of work to do. And we have to do that work by going into the depths of our feeling, discerning what is real, what is true emotion, and what is an egoic projection. Where is this projection coming from? Is it the collective? Is it your own past? Is it your ancestry? Is it your past lives? Is it whatever freaky interdimensional shit that's going on? We have to be ever so sensitive in calibrating those internal compasses. Admittedly, I overdo it because I do think too much. So it's been kind of nice not having my computer around and just being able to, for the most part, just be more in the flow with the feeling of things and being led by that feeling. So that's for me how this particular full moon has played out. I am happy to report. Oh, my cat is looking very intensely at me. She's listening. Good. I'm very happy to see that. She's like, good work, Bobby. But I'm happy to report that, no matter what waves of energy are coming in through whatever ancestral lines, through whatever sources, I'm happy to report that in my own personal experience, I find the primacy of this human energy, this human consciousness, to be able to face off and look at the lie in the sky. It ain't even I anymore. There's so many eyes. There's so many ways in which this reality is being co-opted. But there are also so many lies amidst this glittering illusion. And so it's just been a really good test of affirmation and a test of coming back to the self and realizing, who am I? What do I want? Who do I want? And how am I going to get there? Which is a very Cappy way of doing things. But, that's how I have been hanging on with this energy. So that's what I wanted to tell you. And let us now turn to the gang and let's see who's here. Let's start with our hellos. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Coyote Prophet. Good rising to you too. My brother is still worried you're going to kidnap his cat. Hello, Latoya. Hello, Be the Magic, Live the Miracle. That's my boyfriend. Hello, Magneto. Hello, Angela. Hello, Jane. Hello, Soel. Hello, For Curiosity. Hello, Mihi Wei. Hello, Dr. Vidya N. Hello, Meghna. I'll talk to you soon. Hello, Lydia. Hello, Kavya. Hello, Faith. You want to know how I am? I am actually pretty good. I ordered some cookies today that my brother and I love to eat, and he was so surprised. So it was good to be able to surprise him. We are just like, these are the OG cookies. None of that fancy new shit. Just old peanut cookies. So we're good. We're good eating peanut cookies. Hello, Roses and Bees. Hello, Matt Titan. Hello, Steve Sander. Oh, Gato and Neko, his fur babies say hello. Hello, kitties. Hello, Joyous Day. Hello, VB. I felt your presence. Good to see you. Hello, Kavita. Hello, Monroe. Hello, Kareen. Hi, Daphne. Hi, Lantern Hill and Pirate Cat. Hi, Soma. Hi, Black. Coyote says, hey there, love to you and the babies and your brother. He sends you love, Anna. He's not going to steal your cat. My brother's smiling. Vivi says, hope your computer is fine now. The guy says that the part's delayed. It should be coming back tomorrow. That's what we know. Vivi says, very nice. I really felt you would somehow be live today. Oh, thank you. And I've looked at Vivi's chart. There is always a certain connection between me and a particular ascendant. I don't think you'd mind me saying, because nobody knows who you are, Pisces ascendants in particular. They're always very, very psychically in tuned. But that's the nature of Pisces. Faith says, cookies are always good. I'm glad to hear you doing good. Enjoy the cookie. Crystal says, wholeness, everyone. Black says, I love watching you. Thank you so much. I am glad to be here, and I'm glad to have a community that's coming together in the right way. Black says, Aquarius rising, sexy. Aquarius rising is super sexy, but that's just me. Oh, well, I'm glad the serious part is done. We can just chit chat for a little bit. Crystal sends hearts. Great. Much appreciated. Bramjot says, I so happy to be here before the year ends. Me too. Soma says, I have a Cancer ascendant and a lot of water. I understand. Daphne says, love your brilliantness and your sweet loving soul. Very wise woman. I love all your videos. Thank you very much. I will always aim to be the best that I can be in just putting whatever's out there and hoping people get it. Maria Basket says, beautiful BB, thank you. Crystal says, I found you through Dreamwise, wonderful people. Sarah Lou says, good morning, good evening here. Jackie says, good morning, Sky Priestess, and all of you came in late. Don't worry, go back to the recap. Rosa says, Pisces rising, aha. Sarah Lou says, hearts. Webster says, Aries moon and Sag rising. Glad to find you from the Dreamwise collab. That was a good one. I was actually quite worried about it. I think one of my catchphrases is, I was quite worried about it, but it was okay. Jeff Ali says, good morning. Karin says, gratitude. It's a good time to just get together. It's a good time to get together and just, give thanks, because that's how we shift energy. That's how we do it. Not this overly complicated thing. You just do it from your heart, from a place that's real and that's raw and that's you. Crystal says, your birthday was before me. My birthday was yesterday. Happy belated birthday. Daphne says, I seen the full moon. It was so beautiful. It was breathtaking. Wonderful. Wonderful. Georgia says, I came in late, but yes to emotional awareness. Yeah, just feel shit through. Feel shit through. That's for me, that's one of the most important things. If you don't feel anything, nothing is going to happen. When you block your emotions, when you try to like overly focus your emotions in a certain way, you're distorting the process. So this is a time where we just gotta let it go and let it flow, like your homework. Your homework, if you choose to accept it, is gonna go, and as soon as you finish this, go and listen to Frozen and go, let it go, let it go. Just have a sing along. Joyous Day says, let's hit the like button. Thank you. Christelle, lots of hearts. Thank you. Malik says, thank you so much, Sky Priestess. I love your knowledge and true connection to spirit. I find a lot of people now don't have an inner connection. Well, that's why we got to get together and do what we do. Sometimes seeing connection that comes from here is what reminds people it's not about this. It's really not about this. It's not even so much about your gut anymore. In this age, it has to come from that place of awareness that's so deep in you. The closest you can say is heart, but it's not even that. Let's see. Georgia says, haha, yes. Soma says, just chilling at home, nice. Crafting sewing machine, nice. Driver learning permit, finally learning to drive. Congratulations. New phone, my first ethical smartphone. I have to look at what an ethical smartphone is, but congrats. Lakshmi sends flowers. Welcome, thank you. And to you, Monroe says, oh, singing solo. Maybe sometime. Daphne, 333 is a number that, repeating numbers always, each of them have their own numerology. You can always look it up, but it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Be the magic sense heart. Yay. Susie says, challenge accepted. Also, please get that on a mug. Let it go. Jane says, lovely singing. Thank you. We might sing along if I can ever figure out the technology for it. Right now, I'm singing Moana, which is great, which is fun. My brother does Maui and I do Moana, so it's all good. He's got the hair for Maui. He's got the hair and the general personality. Daphne says, it's everything from your heart. Yes, I agree. You're so beautiful with your words. Thank you. I do my best. Malik says, thank you. I have found that a lot of my family are so deep in unawareness, and I got to heal myself and really stop helping them so much. Drawing lines, man. Drawing. Fantastic. Oh my God, that is so great for you. That is fantastic. What were you listening to? Tamil Pata, English Pata, which is Tamil for saying, were you listening to a Tamil song or an English song? Sarah says, my moon is in Cancer, really feeling this. Mahalo. Crystal says, you're genuine and blunt. That's greatly appreciated. Lydia says, Dr. B, do you ever offer sliding scale prices for your services? Generally, no, but there's a reason for this. When I have tried to do that in the past, typically I just kept getting people who had money for other shit but did not value my time. So what I tend to do is, if it's an emergency and someone needs like just a little bit of guidance, I go, here, this is what you need. This is the most important thing. Leave a donation, but only if I know it's a genuine emergency. So there is that for people who need that kind of help. But otherwise, what I have found is it's better to just let a person save up. Some people have waited for 3 years saving up for a session. And for that, as they do that, they realize the investment that they are making in themselves and the trust that they have in me. And it's actually a much more powerful experience. So, an emergency situation, happy to help. We'll give you what's needed. You can leave a donation and go on. But otherwise, I would say take your time and work towards it. Daphne says, you're loved by many of us. Thank you so much for your time. You're most welcome. Vivi says, English, some crazy 90s pop, which reminded me of my teens. I was listening to David Bowie yesterday. I don't know why I avoided him for so long, but I listened to him, and obviously I was like, why did I not listen to David Bowie? Why? And so, we were just listening to some Bowie songs yesterday, and it was really cool. Coyote Prophet says, glad I have a Pisces moon. Well, I've also got Mars and Jupiter in Pisces, so it's like Okay, I got the cappy head, but I get it. I get it. Crystal says, interesting, lots of hearts. But, anyways, I think I'm going to round this out. It's good to touch base with all of you. I send all of you much love for the year ahead. God knows love is going to be what saves us at the end of the day. Love and the willingness to actually have the courage to go for what you love, who you love, how you love, and to just be that. And I got to give a shout out to my boyfriend because he's been the person who's been showing me that very, very, very consistently. So it's like really like, ah! Okay, so I'm wrapping it up. So much love for all of you. I find my heart is so open. I'm literally on the verge of happy tears at everything. Movies been getting me this festive season. Haha. Love Actually. Love Actually. Literally, legit, the best holiday movie, if you ask me. Angela says, I'm really excited about something, but I'm questioning if it's just the excitement versus really the direction I ought to go. Can you speak more about discerning that feeling of knowing within? Depends, Angela. Now, if it's something that feels like you, like a natural extension of you, go for it. If it's something that suddenly you don't know where this person has come from, and you're like, hey, this is not consistent with the person I've been working towards. This is something completely new. Then I would say take a bit more time. And Sarah Lou says, much love, light, and aloha. Great movie. Absolutely. Carl Pope says, hello, Dr. Carl. Lovely to see you. Um, but honestly, I'm just wrapping up right now. I send all of you very, very, very many blessings. And, Dr. Vidya wants to know why? I'm trying to wrap this up in this quote. That'll be my book suggestions. Happy New Year to everyone. Sending all of love, all of you many blessings, and I'll be in touch with an overview of 2021 soon. So take care, many, many blessings, and cha-cha for now. Bye-bye.